Well, welcome everybody to Forkless Cafe. Hopefully you can see this now. And
there we go.
Just a reminder, this is your DLT insights from the Hashgraph community.
Yeah, hey everybody, my name is Andrew. I'm the social media manager for Hedera Hashgraph, and that's Sharon, my colleague as well. She is the social media director. I'm going to start things off here with our objective and disclaimer. Our objective is to share interesting news in the industry and the Hashgraph ecosystem. This live stream show is for information and educational purposes only. Views expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the official policy or view of Hedera Hashgraph LLC, Swirlds Incorporated, or their affiliates. The content of this live stream is for information and entertainment purposes and is not intended to be and should not be relied on for legal, tax, accounting, investment, or other professional advice. Thank you for bearing with us with the disclaimer, everybody. Welcome once again to the Forkless Cafe for your weekly DLT insights. And I'm looking forward to getting things going. Sharon, did you have anything you wanted to add or frame things up for us?
No, thank you so much for going through that. I mean, basically this disclaimer, we just wanted to read that through this first time, but we do want to remind you that we are not really sharing opinions here. This is really our chance to be like newscasters, to share with you what we're seeing in the world outside there, social and in our community. And yeah, this is not something that we won't need to read the disclaimer each time, but we do want to share what the objective is of this so that you understand where we're coming to you from each week. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. We appreciate your understanding. This is the world we live in today, right? So if you want to give me the next slide there, Sharon, I can start us off, and then hopefully I'll be able to share my screen as well so I can go through the different links that we have provided for everyone today. Okay, so the weekly agenda, as it was last week, we're going to start off with industry news, Hedera highlights, some social sizzlers, and then finally, our first ever hero of the week. So we're very excited to bring all of this to you now. And assuming I can take over and share the screen, I'll be able to start us off. All right. So, if you didn't already see this online last week, Facebook's David Marcus had a couple days of testimonials and Q&A sessions with lawmakers and regulators. So we've provided this C-SPAN link here where David Marcus appeared in front of the Senate Banking Committee. And this video is a lengthy one, almost 2.5 hours long. But then we've also provided this YouTube link where we found David Marcus testify in front of the House Financial Services Committee as well. This one's even longer at over 6.5 hours. Tons of content to review, and I'm not in a position to comment on it further. However, we wanted to provide these links for everyone for easy access. There's tons of information to review there, and this is a subject that's on the tip of everyone's tongue these days that everyone's discussing. So we wanted to make it easy for everyone to find some of this information. Moving on, we've got an exciting bit of information here for this cryptocurrency company. So Forbes has a list of the next billion-dollar startups list. And this company called Chainalysis is the first cryptocurrency company to make this list. So I highly recommend checking out this link as well. They have two halves of their business. They've got the crime fighter side, and then they also have the regulatory compliance side as well. So this is a fascinating subject in the DLT space to learn more about. And moving on, we have this. We have a link here on Chainlink. Chainlink is competing against Dash as altcoins rush ahead. So I'm going to touch on this more in a minute here, but Chainlink actually joined us in an AMA on our Telegram chat here recently this past week. Chainlink is, and this link actually is advertising the event that we had last week. So apologies if you missed that, but we do have a log that we can share with you. You're gonna be able to find a log of the entire chat history that took place. Lots of fascinating questions from the community that were posed towards Chainlink, which is, if you're not already familiar, they are a decentralized Oracle network. The fascinating thing that we can discuss around this is that 80% of all smart contracts actually require real world data for them to function correctly. So that's why this company Chainlink is off to such an amazing start, because these smart contracts and DLT companionship here wouldn't function correctly without that real world data. And so this is a fascinating subject to learn more about. Chainlink is just killing it lately. They're doing some amazing things, and I highly encourage you checking out this link as well as this second link here as well. It further elaborates on the partnership that Hedera Hashgraph has made with Chainlink, also this IoTX company as well. They're both projects that are collaborating with Oracle Research and Development, bringing data to a growing number of decentralized applications. So clearly a very important subject to learn more about when it comes to the smart contracts conversation, if this is something that you're exposed to. This link I'm very excited to share with you because it's actually one of my favorite panel discussions. So our CEO, Mance Harmon, was part of this event called SALT, excuse me, and they just recently posted this video. That's why it's only got, what do we have here, 200 views and only 13 thumbs up. Even though the event took place back in May, they just posted this video. Highly encourage you to check out this one. The panel has an amazing discussion, and Mance Harmon, our CEO, touches on 3 valuable points that I'd love to quickly summarize for everybody. The first one is he notes that the gig economy is an industry that's ripe for disruption as far as DLT is concerned. I think he notes here that 60 million Americans and countless people around the world are going to their normal jobs and then going home and perhaps driving for Lyft or Uber or taking part in Airbnb or any one of the hundreds different gig economy options that people have out there. This is a growing trend. There's no indication that this is going to slow down anytime soon. So he touches on that. Also touches on the regulatory clarity aspect as well, that DLT technology as a whole would benefit greatly if we had that regulatory clarity from lawmakers. And then finally, excuse me, he touches on the fact that there are mission critical enterprise applications that are being developed as we speak. And anytime you have a massive amount of value that is being transacted or moved across a system or a network, you have to expect and anticipate that that network, that system will be attacked. So those are 3 points that he touches on in this panel discussion. It's one of my favorite panel discussions. I highly recommend you check out this one as well. And then moving on, very excited to share about this. Law.com actually did a feature piece on our general counsel, and they've nicknamed her here Captain Cryptocurrency. Obviously a funny nickname. I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of a comic book geek, so I get a thrill out of stuff like that. We have Natalie Furman here that they highlight the fact that we operate under some murky waters sometimes when it comes to that regulatory clarity that we were talking about. So law.com actually highlights the complexity that we operate in, and further notes what an amazing job Natalie does. And then continuing this trend, I'm excited. Oh, I should probably close that thing down. To continue that trend, we got Simi, one of our developer advocates, who recently wrote an article on LinkedIn titled here, "What Inspires You to Join a Startup? Here's My Story." It's a fascinating read. I encourage everyone to go check it out when it comes to your options. I think she highlights actually, if you're just a year out of grad school and you're looking at your different options, there's certainly a lot to be benefited from and gained when you join a startup like Hedera Hashgraph. And then moving on here, we have this tweet we put on, we posted last week. Was obviously an episode of our podcast called Gossip About Gossip, where we had Chainlink on the podcast, and it did extremely well. We've got, what do we have here? Over almost 160 likes and 51 retweets. So as Hedera's social media manager, that certainly popped out at me, jumped out at me. So I highly recommend checking out this tweet and listening to the podcast. If you are impacted at all by the growing changes in smart contracts, or if you just simply have an interest, I encourage you to, retweet this and have a listen to the podcast. You can learn more about it. And then what we have here next, staying on the subject of Chainlink, I mentioned not too long ago that we recorded a history of the chat log that took place in our Telegram chat here recently. And so if you're interested to learn more about the kinds of questions the community had for Chainlink and want to gain some more clarity on their unique value proposition and their use case, we've also provided this link for you at hashgraph.org to gain that kind of clarity. And I was lucky enough last week to speak at a Hedera meetup in Boston. And I'm not in Boston anymore, but I was in Boston last week. And here is an image that I actually took of our amazing ambassador, Kat Lehman. She provided an amazing presentation for the group here in Boston. And it's just exciting to be a part of these events. I encourage you to sign up or join a Hedera meetup group near you. That way you'll get notifications when an event is created. We also try to keep the events link on our website updated on a regular basis as well. But if you want to learn more about the technology or just want to simply network and meet with other like-minded people, it makes such an impact to attend these events. You might have a Hedera employee speaking at the event, or Zooming in or Skyping in and giving more of a digital presentation. The themes vary across a number of different topics. It could be a technical presentation, a general overview, or a one-on-one introductory to Hedera Hashgraph. And we try to make it as interesting as possible for all the various attendees. And hopefully you can walk away with one of these t-shirts as well. It's certainly a growing shirt and popular shirt from what we've been told. So we're very happy with that. And Sharon, I invite you to take control of the screen back here so we can wrap up things and point people in the direction to get access to the links. And I don't know if Sharon, oh, and I forgot to mention at the beginning, I don't know if Sharon came across any questions in the live chat, but please feel free if you have any questions or comments you'd like to share. So once again, I mentioned at the beginning, we have our community hero of the week. We have to congratulate Manon Harmon. He is our superstar. Yeah, go share with
some love.
We got lots of love for Manon. Lots of love, Manon. I don't know if you're watching. But if you are, we appreciate you, we value you, we know the community values you, and we don't know where we would be without you, because you really are our main superstar in the Telegram chat. And yeah, I'm not sure if you had something to add there, Sharon.
Yeah, Manon is just really a community hero. He is out there all the time answering questions, helping people out, fabulous attitude, completely supportive for everyone. So yeah, give him some kudos if he answers your questions or if you see him out there in the Telegram chat. Yeah, we love Manon. Thank you.
Yeah, sending you a huge thank you, Manon, from us and from the community. So right on. And moving on. So if you're still with us in this live stream, we want to thank you, and we want to throw a little blockchain humor your way. Thought we would have some fun with it. Oh, it looks like we missed a slide there. And so yeah, I wanted to throw a little funny your way, since this is our version of a digital newspaper. So moving on here. One quick last reminder that we are going to be posting this link for the live stream in hashgraph.org. That's the link right there, and I've added the link to the description of this live stream, so you'll be able to find it. Join the community, follow us on social media so that you're guaranteed to get all the latest updates, all the important updates, and you'll be able to leverage that information and that excitement and all the positive vibes that we're all hearing and feeling. And join the community testing program. I know I touched on this a bit last week, and there's tons of information out there that we've posted, and people have been talking about it in Telegram and in Discord. But we have our community testing program, part 2 of our community testing program going on right now. Join the network, go through KYC, join the network, pair your wallets to your account, and then you'll be able to earn up to 250 HBAR for helping us test the mainnet by using our dummy website called dailytimestamp.com. You'll be clicking through the website, reading articles, listening to podcasts, watching videos, and you won't realize you're helping us test the mainnet because it's that slick, it's that smooth, but you're going to be helping us test the mainnet with this, and then we will reimburse you for helping us test the mainnet. You can earn 250 HBARs. Yeah. How are we looking there, Sharon? Did we have any questions that we should address?
Well, the first thing we've got is holy tabs. How many gigs of RAM do you have? That's from Scott.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you how many gigs of RAM I have on this computer, but it had to be something. It was a concern when I first got it. Life of a social media manager. So if you want to get into social media, you better have a lot of gigs of RAM available.
And a lot of tabs open. So speaking of a social media manager, where are you? Where do you come to us from today? Andrew, tell us a little bit about where you are.
I'm coming to you live from Tenerife, Spain. I just arrived here yesterday and still getting acclimatized and still getting situated and getting over the jet lag. But yeah, our live stream last week, I came to you from Boston, and now I'm in Spain. So.
The rest of the comments were really related to the community testing. I think you've talked about that, how to test the network and earn HBARs. So I think that's it in terms of questions and comments for this week.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining us so much. We look forward to bringing you these live streams every single week and touching on the various topics of interest that people are sharing on social media. And in my position and Sharon's position, we do have the unique perspective to see what people are, what's really trending and what people are interested in and what they want to talk about. But don't be shy. Feel free to comment and ask questions on the various forms of content that we have out there, and share to your various networks if you think they're going to benefit from it too. So
yeah, and also if there is content or people that you'd like to see featured here on our weekly live stream, let us know. We're interested in grabbing some community members and having more community discussion. Really, this is about the community. So yeah, please let us know. Find us in Telegram, contact us there, reply in the chat, but let us know. We're interested in providing the content that's going to work for you in the community.
Exactly. Right on. So thanks for joining us. Feel free to smash that like button and share this content and subscribe if you'd like to catch some more from Hedera Hashgraph.
Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.